Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Super Robot Wars Z2 Hakai Hen. Now this stage was recorded a while back. It's like 2 weeks ago now. Actually a lot more than that. But yeah. There's only a few more stages left in this game and I really just need to sit down one day, maybe today, and just get the rest of this game recorded and get all the episodes ready for me to, put them up, because this game should have been done during September or October, but just I've been busy with stuff. I haven't been able to get as much as I wanted done. So that's unfortunate, but everything's been going my way so far. During this playthrough, I know there were some tough times for me, a lot of tough times, where I just wanted to give up getting all the SR points, but I persevered, and I got all the SR points. I don't know if I'll continue to get all of them, because I think that may have been partially why this playthrough's been taking me so long to actually get done, because of the pressure of getting the SR points, because some of them were very difficult to get, others not so much, but it's how it is. But anyway, the next game, Super Wars games that I'm going to record, most likely will be Z, the first Z, because I have that now, and if you guys have been paying attention to what I've been uploading, then you probably noticed that I've uploaded a PS2 test recording. It's not the best quality, but it's actually watchable. Like, there's no graphical glitches that I was having when I was trying to record via emulator. So for all Super Wars Z games, I'll be able to record them on their native emulator. I don't know. I'll try to keep that the case for all Super Wars Z games that I can record. I think I can record all of them on their actual systems, like as in not emulated. Like, the only ones that I can't record would be the ones pre-PS1, but even then I could get the PS1 versions, because I believe there was Super Wars The Best, which came with like all the ones that came out on the SNES on the PS1, so on SNES and NES, SNES. But I don't know, we'll see what happens, but that won't be for a while. And there's also the fact that Super Wars 2 has what is it? English translation. The NES version does, and I recorded a bit of that, as some of you guys may have seen, but I've since lost the save data for that. So I'm probably gonna have to. I don't know if I'll re-record the entire thing or whether or not I'll just, go back to where I was before. Maybe I'll stream, because it's an NES game, so I think I can stream it just fine. So maybe I'll stream me getting back to where I was originally. But maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just, get back to where I was originally on my own time. Who knows? But yeah, the stage's SR point was actually extremely easy to get. The harder part of the stage actually begins after you get the SR point. I believe getting the SR point assist in this stage is just destroying all the enemies within 3 turns, leaving the big battleship at the end. So essentially do what I do, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Like I said, it's been a while since I recorded this particular stage, so I don't quite remember what exactly I did, but generally the same strategy applies for most stages. Do damage to as many different units as you can, so that you have a lot of units damaged and you can finish them off, when you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've been watching all my videos so far of this series, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is stage 46, and I believe there's only 49 stages. Let me confirm that real quick. Let's see here. Flow chart. Yes, there's no, bleh. Jesus, I can't speak. There's 50 stages, but only stages 47, 48, and 49 actually have SR points that need to be done. Oh, let me rephrase that. Only those stages actually have SR points that I can get. The last stage, the final stage, has no SR point. So, yeah, and they don't seem to be too difficult. The next stage should be pretty much just as difficult as this stage, because the next stage's SR point is to defeat all enemies in 3 turns. This stage's SR point is by turn 3 player phase, defeat all other enemies, destroying the Gishin battleship Waru last. Okay, I did that. And then 48 and 49 seem to be the more difficult ones. But we've done stages like those, like scenario 43 with which was clear the map by turn 6 player phase, and that's the SR point for 49, and for 48 it's clear the map by turn 4 player phase. So not anything too difficult, just might take me a few tries depending on what exactly I have to do, as with, you know, most things. But yeah, I should be able to get the last few. I should probably just try to get a stage done. I am on a bit of a break right now, but I'm lazy, guys. But yeah. Another thing I guess I should mention, I don't know, maybe I'll mention in another video, but not everybody that watches my other stuff watches this stuff, and not everybody that watches this stuff watches other stuff. So I've been playing a bit of Persona 3 Portable lately, and that version, the PSP version, fixes all the problems I had with the PS2 version. All the problems I had with the PS2 version were mechanics problems, as in the game's mechanics were my main issues, because Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 itself fixed a lot of issues, a lot of little things that wasn't issues, but it fixed a lot of things, or improved upon a lot of things, I should say, that Persona 3 had. And it made it that much of a better game than Persona 3 that it was hard for me to play Persona 3 Fez, which is the updated PS2 version of the game. Has a bit of extra content than base Persona 3. And Persona 3 Portable pretty much had the mechanics from most of the mechanics from Persona 4 and put that into Persona 3, but still kept some of the older mechanics of Persona 3, like the getting tired mechanic is still in there. But it's different in that you don't get tired from just doing battles. That's how it was in the PS2 version, if I remember correctly, of Persona 3, is that you would get tired from just doing battles, and your teammates would perform worse. I think their defense and attack power are much lower when they're tired. It's something like that. And in the PSP version of the game, they only get tired if they are tired in the first place, or if they die in battle and you don't revive them. And you don't revive them when you go back to the first floor of Tartarus. Because if you revive them with an item or a spell, they'll have the same condition as they had when they came into Tartarus. But if you don't revive them and you just go to the first stage of Tartarus to revive them, they'll have 1 HP and they'll be tired. And I like the way that they handled things in Fez version. It's a much more enjoyable experience for me. It's one of those cases in which, yeah, the gameplay is pretty much. It doesn't matter how good how much better the PS2 version look. I just can't play that game because of the mechanics. They just aren't as well polished as they were in Persona 4, and Persona 3 Portable fixes a lot of those. It fixes a lot of the issues that I had with the game and made it almost on par with Persona 4. I like a Persona 4 a little bit more, but I haven't beaten Persona 3, so who knows? I might end up liking it just as much. I think I just like Persona 4 a little bit more. Because, well, the version I played was Persona 4 Golden, so it was like the best of both worlds, a portable Persona game. What am I talking about? It was the best of both worlds because it was, you know, portable. I like playing portably, and it didn't suffer a graphics downgrade like Persona 3. And Persona 3 did lose a lot of its like anime cutscenes. It didn't have any of that. So, you know, that was it. I thought I wouldn't like Persona 3 Portable because of its like movement interface. They changed it a little bit, but I liked it just fine. It didn't lose any of its charm from going to a portable system. And from what I heard, they plan on doing the same thing to Persona 4. But, you know, then the PS Vita came out, they decided to move it to that, from what I've heard. So yeah, that's how it is. So after I beat Persona 3, I might do a playthrough on that, of a New Game Plus playthrough, because I want to show a lot of the social links without being too hassled, without being too bothered by getting all my stats to max. Because in Persona games, there's usually have 3 non-battle stats that you need to max out. They're usually academics, courage, and charm. There might be more in Persona 4, but in Persona 3, those are the 3 ones that you have, and they let you do different things and let you actually do some social links that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do if you don't have those maxed out. So yeah, and with New Game Plus, I believe you have. I know those stats carry over. I'm fairly certain that they do, and I think you carry over your money and the personas you register in the compendium. I don't think equipment might carry over, but I don't recall if they do. But I won't like do anything too overpowered, like use like the best personas right off the bat. I'll probably, if I ever do doing a New Game Plus playthrough, I'll try to keep it so that players playing a new game can try to keep up or apply some of the strategies I do in battle. Because what I did was I focused on just maxing out my stats at first. I didn't care about social links, so I'm like I think I'm in September and I don't have any social links like maxed out. So yeah, that's not that big of a deal. That's what New Game Pluses are for, really, for you to see other parts of the story or see parts that you didn't get to finish. So yeah, if I'm gonna do a Persona 3 playthrough, it's definitely gonna be Persona 3 Portable. Not gonna be the PS2 version, because I can't play that version. And if I do Persona 3 Portable, then I will definitely do Persona 4 Golden. I'm definitely gonna do the Persona games at one point. Just know that. Although Persona 4 Golden will most likely not be a New Game Plus, because I don't have a save file on my PS TV I don't have a completed save file on my PS TV, and it might be easy to get my save file from my actual PS Vita to my PS TV, but eh. Although the Persona games, I usually tend to have some guides on me. What I usually have is I have the quiz guide and stuff like that on me most of the time. Those are the ones I usually have. And maybe some social link guides. I don't tend to worry about those too much, because it's not like that you can't get them. It just takes longer to get them maxed out if you don't get all the questions right during some social links. That's it. So unless you really want to optimize your route, like getting every like social link done in one playthrough requires you to have the right persona with the right arcana at the right time, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you can do it without doing that, but if you want to have the most optimized way of maxing out the social links, then you want to plan out your like entire playthrough needs to be planned out. That's why I say, like, that's not why I say, but I recommend that you don't go for every social link until you've at least done one playthrough. Because I do know your personas carry over somewhat, and they carry over in a way. How they carry over is that if you register them in the compendium, you can summon them again, granted, if you have enough money. Only if you have enough money you can summon them or have them again. And in Persona 4, what I did is I kept Izanagi throughout the whole game, and he was actually pretty viable for me. I don't know what I did, but he was my best persona that I had in the game, pretty much, which is why I kept him, because it was just the abilities I gave him that made him real useful. Like if I gave the abilities I gave him to another persona, then it, you know, probably would have been better for me. But I just liked having Izanagi. He looked cool, so I just liked having him on my character there, and like, and he had a lot of support spells, like increasing enemies, decreasing enemies like stats, and increasing my party stats. And in Persona game, that's often what the main character sort of delegates to. Well, for me, my playstyle is the main character often is delegated to being a support character because he can have a lot of different support abilities that the other characters can have. So that's what he often gets delegated to. Of course, he can do some damage. I think Izanagi was so powerful that it wasn't so powerful that that's not what I meant to say. I mean, he got a skill that he would reflect all physical attacks, so like I couldn't get. So everything but like only magic could hurt me and some enemies, and that was real useful for some bosses during New Game Plus. I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow transfer my save file to my PSTV. If I can't, I won't worry about it. I think there might be a way by uploading the uploading the data to my PC, just like the game data, and then connecting my PSTV to my PC with a larger USB cable and do that. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. It won't be for a while, because I'm talking about things that I'm planning right now. This is what I usually do in this series because, you know, it's mostly in Japanese. So I talk about things that are what I'm currently thinking at the time, mostly because it's, you know, a decent topic to talk about, and it's something interesting than, you know, besides it's something I can actually talk about because, you know, I don't speak Japanese. The only one Super Wars game that I might have trouble doing something with would be J, because the dialogue options in that are long. Not dialogue options, the dialogue in that, there's a lot of dialogue, and I can't skip through it like I did with this game, so I'm not sure how exactly I'll handle that with Super Wars J, which is kind of why I've been putting it off, because you would think that'd be probably one of the first Super Wars games I would play, but no. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna handle Super Wars J, because I was thinking maybe I'll make the dialogue one video, and then I'll have my gameplay with commentary in another, some sort of thing like that. But I think the videos would get too cluttered like that, so I'm not entirely sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll do something that I'll just commentate over the gameplay part, and not commentate over the dialogue, simply just to get a move on, I suppose. I don't know, because I think the dialogue can last for like 10 minutes or so. Maybe not as long, but it's pretty long, and I don't know if I can just commentate over that or have something interesting to say while that's going on. But we'll see. After I did this, what am I talking about? After I got the SR point in this particular stage, I was wondering whether or not I should like maybe just speed up the rest or just skip it entirely. I mean, just like make some jump cuts here and there. But I decided to show it, but I did I speed up through a bunch of it because it's not that important. After you beat this guy, you're gonna have to fight a bunch of older bosses, and you might not recognize some of them because they were on routes that I didn't go through. I think there are some that we didn't encounter yet, but yeah, it's just a bunch of bosses they have to fight, and they aren't too difficult. Just keep your units together. Since there's no SR point that you need to get, you can be as defensive as you want, so you can keep your units together, put them in battle chips, you can play differently in during the second part of the stage. You don't get it's not okay. I'm having trouble speaking again, but it's not often that that happens when you're going for the SR point. But yeah, or you can go all out if you want. One thing I don't think I mentioned, I'll probably mention this during the beginning of Z2.2 whenever I get to that, but when you you can transfer or you can load a previous save file into that. Well, you can load a save file from this game to Z2.2 and you get some extra stuff. I believe you get some extra parts. And what else do you get? Hang on, this is quite loud. I'm gonna have to lower this volume down even more in editing. But yeah, you get some parts that you can only get on New Game Plus playthroughs of Z2.2, I think, like the Crest of Hakai. It does some, like, raises some stats of a mech, does some stuff like that. Does something like that. What else do you get? You get some money. You get enough money to, like, almost fully upgrade one unit right from the get-go. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Although it depends whether or not you really want to upgrade that unit. I won't spoil it, but I'm thinking what I should do for that playthrough. Who knows? Well, whatever. Whenever we get to it, I'll talk about it. I'm thinking too far in the future because Z2.2 won't happen for a while. The soonest that will probably happen will probably be the end of this year. Near the end of it. That would be the soonest it would happen. I mean, I want to try to get it started this year. Because if what I plan on doing is I plan on upload whenever I get one of these done, like completely done, and have them all ready to go. I plan on having them uploaded on the weekends. And if a Super Wars game has around 50 stages, should take me, if I upload 2 a week, should take me around like half a year to get one done. But the thing is, like I said, I want to have it done first before I start uploading. So next time you see a Super Robot Wars series for me, not Z2. I'm not sure how I'll handle Z2 yet, whether I'll upload videos as I get them ready or whether or not I'll probably upload these as whenever they're ready, simply because I can do it. But well, not because I can do it, it's because that's how I've been I had a schedule for these, but it's been so long since I've, done that schedule, followed that schedule, that I might as well just upload these whenever. There's so few stages left, it's not really that worth it for me to start a new, have some schedule for them for the last few episodes. So I'm just gonna upload them as soon as they're ready. But yeah, the series hasn't gotten many views, but it's gotten enough where I've noticed there's interest in this series. So it's not like I'm gonna stop doing these games anytime soon. Well, I say that, but it's gonna take me forever to record the next one. So I shouldn't say that. It's not like you'll never see the series again on my channel. But I enjoy the games, and what I may do is what is it? The new whatchamacallit? The new OG Super Robot Wars game has been announced a while back, and Toya, I think his name was, from Super Robot Wars J is in it, and Super Robot Wars J is the first Super Robot Wars game I played, I believe. So yeah, some nostalgic value there. So I might get that when it comes out, might not, depends on how much money I have on the time, because importing those games is pretty expensive. But it might be a little bit cheaper because I know in Japan the Super Bowl games tend to be more expensive than normal games because of licensing. But since the OG games don't have licensing issues, that may not be an issue for me. But I probably will just get the PS3 version of the game because that'd be easier for me to record, considering I do have access to a PS4, but it's not my PS4, it's my older brother's PS4. And I don't want to like take that away from him because it's not exactly mine. So who knows? Who knows what I'll do? If I had a laptop, it'd be more easier. But I don't have a laptop at the moment. That might be the next like major recording thing I need to invest in. Because I could do stuff in one computer and render stuff in another computer. It would be useful to have another computer around. So it'd be an investment I need to think about. And I'm gonna need a personal laptop anyway for doing schoolwork and stuff eventually. I do have a laptop right now, but it's one provided by the program I'm in, so I can't keep it. I'm gonna have to give it back once the program's over. So yeah, which is why I want a personal laptop, because I thought I didn't really need a laptop, but once I've had one or have used one for a bit, I realized the benefits it has now. And the reason why I'm saying it would be useful for recording some PS4 stuff, because the PS4 console is not mine, it's in another room. And if I had a laptop, I could just take my capture card, and my laptop to the other room and just record in there. And it's kind of a hassle because in my room right now, I could technically have more than one console, but like I'm not the only family member. I'm not the only person in my house that plays these consoles, so I don't want everybody congregating in my room to play consoles. Because, well, my room is pretty small. It's not huge. But, yeah, that's something. Oh god, it's mad. Somebody just coming across this video wanted to know how to like pass it or something, and they just go to this part, and then just hear me talking about my room and consoles. But anyway, it's not important. One thing I've always I think about is who inspired me to start doing YouTube videos, because, well, you often hear YouTubers or people say to YouTubers that, hey, you inspired me to start making YouTube videos or whatnot. And I can't really pinpoint it down to one single YouTuber that really inspired me. It was just the concept of it sort of was intriguing to me, which is why I started to do this kind of thing. And it's been around 4 years since I started, and Jesus Christ, 4 years. 4 years. It's been 4 years, 4 long years. I remember some of the games I've played sometimes. That's kind of the sad part. Like, I keep forgetting that I've played through the first Ace Attorney game on my channel. And the main reason why I played that game was because, well, I couldn't talk in it all the time, because at the time I was in me and my family were living in a, I won't go I won't go into too deep into that. I don't want to give out too much personal information, but how it was is that essentially my computer was not in a enclosed location, so background noise was abundant, and some of my earlier videos may have shown you. And I tended to whisper a lot in that one because of where it was, I could only record during like near midnight, and I had to whisper because my computer was actually right near like a family member's bedroom, so I couldn't actually like speak too loudly then. But you know, now I'm in a location where I can do recordings more comfortably, but I can optimize my setup a bit more, but I won't do that anytime soon. I don't even need that great of a laptop to record some PS4 footage. I shouldn't be talking about that, but if any of you guys have suggestions for some decent laptops for, I don't know, recording games and rendering stuff, then I'm open for suggestions. Not recording games, for whatchamacallit, rendering footage. I meant to say rendering footage and capturing footage, then recommend away. You know, but what I really need to start investing in is better internet, but that'll be for a while. I'm hoping that in the next month or two that I'll be able to start actually getting better internet, but we'll see how things go. Have to worry about other things. I like how just been ignoring what's going on so far. Like something big is happening for Takeru here. He's fighting the big bad of his series, and I'm just like been talking about stuff completely unrelated to it. And this guy doesn't go away, by the way. This guy, Takeru's enemy here, I forget his name, it appears in like every Z2 game after this, I think. Zool, that's his name, Zool. Takeru's dead. Just kidding. I don't know if he died in his original series or whether or not the same thing happened here. Never seen God Mars. Heard it was pretty good. The only main problem with it was its poor animation because of the tight budget the animators were on. Despite doing this thing for almost 4 years, I think I've been commentating for 2, 3. I still haven't gotten used to commentating in terms of me actually speaking properly. I still tend to kind of mess up my words. Maybe that's because I take too many breaks. Mostly due to my own laziness, but oh god, this is louder than the previous one. I gotta fix that too. Gosh darn it. But anyway, the video's gonna end in a minute, so I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye.